Hello everyone, my name is Arman, welcome to my gaming channel. I'll be continuing my Let's Play series of Pillars of Eternity. In the last episode we've been delving into Cliaban Rilag, the ruins, in which the Leaden Key had some interest. There we found the same type of machine which we found in the ruins of Cilantlis, the ones where we became a watcher. And now, we also, when we were ending the episode last time, we had a vision of Durance with his staff, and something was not quite right with him. So, let's start by talking to him and see what we can find out about him. I have questions I wanted to ask you.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
I saw something strange. You were sitting by the fire and I saw a great light from your staff.
Tell me what you saw.
It was a flash like an explosion, a rushing of air, incredibly bright.
It is the light of the Godhammer you saw.
The Godhammer?
It was a weapon of Deerwood's people, a symbol of their independence. It saved the Deerwood.
What do you know about it?
It brought the Saints' War to an end, knocked a god from his perch. There are few that would deny Eothas overstepped. The Godhammer reminded Eothas of it. You saw its light because I helped shape it, give it life, and release it into the world. Once seen, its glory is almost too bright to be believed, and too bright to be forgotten.
You helped build the Godhammer?
There were 12 of us. We fashioned the weapon, drafted plans for it, prayed for guidance at Ashfall, and it came to me there. Each of us were given a staff made from the forest of black trees around us, glowing with embers and fire far greater than this branch you see now. It felt as if the staff was Margaren's own finger, guiding my hand, guiding the other 11, the shadows of the 12 who had come to stand on the bridge to stop Eothas.
Shadows of the 12?
Even in that stand, there was a ritual to it. For the 12 that stood on the bridge, there were a dozen shadows cast, a dozen faithful of Margaren, her fiercest supporters and shapers of the Godhammer. As 12 held Eothas fast, we 12 unleashed our prayers and let the Godhammer fall.
Well, looks like Durance was involved in the destruction of Eothas during the fall of Saint Widwin. That's interesting.
Shadows cast by the fire of the Godhammer, perhaps. We shared their fate as well in time. Now the spine of the Deerwood is marked by the Godhammer, marked by Margaret.
What do you mean shared their fates?
Not all deaths come with stilled breath and stilled heart, or other stilled passions beneath the waste. Some deaths come from silence. The connection we once shared with Margaret, after the light of the Godhammer, it was not the same. It was as if we'd lost our senses, and sense of purpose as well. Instead of victory being welcomed, there was silence, within and without. Not many can claim to have killed a god. It is less a heroic tale than you would think. And such a death, it changed our faith. All faiths, I expect. Doubt followed, and the world changed. I do not believe Margaret was pleased by what we had done.
Why is that?
The world is broken, the wheel stilled. There is sickness in the world's heart. Perhaps the price of crossing a god. Crossing two gods. Even as Margaret shaped our hands, perhaps we carried her will farther than was allowed. Just as Widewind did. Saint Widewind. Mortal arrogance to match mortal arrogance.
She didn't want that to happen, then why did she guide them anyway?
Yet if the world had changed, then I sought to change with it. If I had forgotten some of Margaret's teachings, I would find them again. I would make her see me again.
What did you do?
I remembered Margaret's teachings. How reminders on the flesh were more important than the death of a vessel. And I wondered if killing Aethys, if that had simply set him free. Had it allowed him to escape his punishment and be taken on the wheel? Like a mortal? As I stepped from the now blessed Godhammer Bridge, I thought of Ashfall. I thought of the war of black trees. Wondered if I needed to be burned to find myself again. That is Margaret at her heart. At least that is my hope. These are the doubts that befall me.
What happened when you returned to Ashfall?
The road to Ashfall is long. Gives one time to think. If you think long enough, you do not go home. I left without telling anyone, with only the robes I wore at Halgot, my staff, and my name, which is long buried. Of my fellow 11 craftsmen, disciples, I know not what happened to them, if they suffered the same doubt as I did. But it was underserved. It was wrong. We had done all that Or had asked. Grab victory from defeat and...
Do you feel as if you betrayed your god?
There is something about being used and cast aside. Perhaps Widewen himself felt it. There at the end, when the hammer struck. To be the proof that your god is hollow as the vessel it inhabits. I tried to find purpose, and avoided all contact with other Magranic priests. Did not seek the walls of Ashfall, and sought to make amends to my god through actions. I joined with the Purges for a time, and not long after came the first signs of the Hollowborn. So many crimes, trespasses, violations. The Salvation. Animancers were another sickness born of the Saints' War. A relapse of innovation, of desperation to heal what we had caused. All seemed worse than before the bridge, not better. And as years passed, the world became even worse still for the victory.
You committed atrocities and your goddess has shut you out for it. Exactly what you deserve. Sweat collects in the sooty creases of his forehead and runs down his ruddy cheeks. Drips from the tip of his nose.
Worship the whims of some fickle bitch, and you'll never be more than dirt beneath her feet. Worship what she worships, on the other hand. Take her fire for your own, and her esteem comes on its own. Of course, by that time, you no longer need it. Trial and transformation, sure as Durance taught. You think to put the coals to my feet, but what's burned once will never burn again. These talks are your trial, Watcher. You cannot deflect the truth to one who has already been purified by it.
My trial. So I give him a trial, huh? Tell me what happened on the bridge. Any weapon. Gave yourselves to it?
We put much of ourselves into the Godhammer. Such a device is not simply machined. There are elements of the spirit in it. Even Widewind's spirit.
Elements of the spirit?
Each of the 12 who brought the Godhammer forth would have done anything to save the Deerwood, save its people. It is why we were chosen. Each of us hated this pretender. That rage, that spirit, that rebellion went into our work, and went into studying him as well.
Widewind? Why?
We all studied Widewind. He was our enemy, and he had provided the flesh the god wore as a cloak. That flesh made him vulnerable. I knew what fields his hands had tilled, his family, what he had harvested, where he had been born. We sought to know him, what had led him to fight us.
Why was that important?
You don't kill the god. You kill the man it inhabits. And you leave that man a ruin. Burn him to ash. The weapon was meant to not only burn his flesh, but it would burn his soul. And it did. At the cost of our own. And at the cost of our goddess's favor. That whore be damned.
Is that why your image was blurred in the dream?
If you fear for my spirit, your fears are baseless. The Godhammer, seeing its light, only fueled my anger and made me stronger. Made me re-examine the teachings of Margarin. Put them in a new light.
It looked as if there was only part of you, as if your spirit has been shared in half.
I do not need you to cast any more questions on me, Watcher. Nor did I ask you to look upon me without my leave. Get gone, and leave me be.
Well, that was an attitude. Okay, let's leave Durance alone for now. Now, since we concluded our business here in Cleaban Relak, and we also did the other quests around this area, I believe it's time to get back to Defiance Bay. Tell Lady Webb what we found here. Brackenbury, here we come. What do we have here? Lord Winvigar. It looks like we've got another visitor here. I'll have to get back to the stronghold and see what he wants. For now, let's talk here and see what we find out.
How fares your search?
There's something I can tell you about the Leaden Key operations.
Well, let's hear it.
The Leaden Key is manipulating a group of Engwithan machines that span the country, and it seems to be causing the Hollowborn epidemic.
I had feared they might be involved in Widewind's legacy. It seemed too extreme even for them. How naive I've been. The Leaden Key's conspiracy is clear now. They have used Engwithan technology to engineer Widewind's legacy, and they want people to blame animancy for it. As we speak, the Duke is holding hearings in the palace. He is listening to arguments for and against animancy. When they finish, he is expected to decide whether to outlaw it. It seems the Leaden Key has been pushing Deerwood down this path for some time. I, for one, would enjoy seeing their little scheme fouled up at the last moment. Our Duke must hear what you have to say. Unfortunately, the hearings are closed to the public, which makes the Duke inaccessible until they are completed. However, certain groups have been invited to attend. You might get in with one of them if you aren't above a little pandering. There are delegations from the Knights of the Crucible, the Dozens, and from House Dominel. If you can gain the support of one of those groups, that may be your best way in. See what you can arrange.
Okay. Now I need to pick whom we will side on with. And my intention is go to talk to the Dozens. I believe that they are the most suitable for my character. So let's go talk to them and let's try to get in good graces with them. Copper Lane, here we come. Admits then. Hello there. So the Dozens are part of the animancy hearing at the Ducal Palace.
Someone's got to keep the blazing Crucible Knights from leading us all to ruin, and the Dominels certainly aren't doing their part. But Wolfgren's still a man of the people. He's always been sensible in other matters. He'll hear us out eventually.
What are your thoughts on animancy? It'll be our downfall if you let it, huh? How are the hearings going? I was hoping to attend the animancy hearings with the Dozens. Okay, let's talk to Osric then. I'm looking for work.
You want an expedition? Talk to Wenham. I just handle these mercenary shit shovelers. Adventurers, I mean.
Shit. $20. Well, that's one way to put it. Though, I do have something I need done, something that requires competence. What do you need done?
I was formerly one of the Knights of the Crucible. When I left, they kept my arms and armor. The arms they can have, but the armor belonged to my family. I'd like it back.
Why don't you just go ask for it back?
No. Oh, they'd like that, I'm sure. But I won't be going. Sooner be torn apart by dogs than give them the satisfaction.
Doesn't sound like leaving the Crucible Knights was your choice.
You don't choose to leave knighthood. The Crucible Knights, they may not be a real knighthood, but the oaths you swear are just as true. Still, turns out that even unofficial knighthoods have politics. You cross the wrong man, suddenly all kinds of accusations are thrown your way, and nobody believes you.
Nothing more destructive than a crowd with the wrong idea, huh? What's this armor?
It's a breastplate. Not much to look at, and it's seen far too much use, but it's been in my family since the liberation.
I'll see what I can do.
Then it's Penhelm you're looking for. A low snake of a man. If he was to die choking on his own black tongue, it'd be too kind of fate. He kept it when he had me kicked out.
I got word from a reliable source that Penhelm visited a forager in Andra's gift right after having his soul lineage read by a cipher in Dudley Row. Gonna have a forgery, huh? Having his soul lineage read?
It's a requirement to join the Knights. They have to ensure a novitiate doesn't have a subversive lineage. If Penhelm's superiors found out his affidavit was a fake, his career would be over. Every novitiate gets an affidavit from Dunreed Row, and those are stored at Crucible Keep. If you find Penhelm's, one of those ciphers could tell you if it's real.
Okay, farewell. And looks like it's Crucible Keep then. Let's see what we find there. Runaway adventurers. First fires. And Crucible Keep, here we are. Archives, huh? Let's take a look around here.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Addict of Arrest, huh? Eorn. We found in the catacombs once. Okay. Let's see what we have.
I'll have this open in no time. That'll do it.
Some junk armor. Another book. And Pelham's affidavit.
Just say the word.
One thing found. Let's go talk to the man. Perhaps we will find him somewhere here. Just a car. Dunstan. Oh, Penhell.
How do you do?
Does the name Osric sound familiar? What's the story between you two? The history made the knights what they are now. You can't just cast it aside. Is that his waistcoat you're wearing? He took his breastplate, huh? You said your affidavit is a forgery. And now about Osric. Farewell.
Hey.
Okay, let's go
On the
and
hunt.
steal some stuff. And let's go and see if this is a forgery or not. Let's see. Rogue Knight. Bring Penhell's affidavit to Curran. The Orlan who gave us the quest about the missing people. So Brackenbury it is. Again. In Hadrat House. Let's see what we find there. And here he is, Mr. Curran.
How do you do?
Always a pleasure to see a clever friend, huh? Is this affidavit real? It's signed by you. Preen peacock of a man. So the descendant of a Nadiran general, huh? One who fought against Hadrat's rebellion. A forgery and not the first I've seen, huh? Okay, well, this is interesting. Just talk to that little cipher, huh? What does this mean to you? Are you serious? This is my career. I've labored years for it. Hiding on some coincidence of a past life. Well, he is somewhat right. Okay, I'll give it to him and see what if we can talk him into giving up that armor. Now do the same for Osric. Return his family breastplate. After the way I've helped you, you're going to begrudge him this? Now we have a promotion, so let's give Eldred another rank in stealth. And let's give her an offensive talent. Now, I could give her Bloody Slaughter, so cause 20% of hits to convert to crits against targets that are close to being dead. Or I could give a weapon focus to boost the accuracy a bit. Potentially marksman or weapon focus. Interrupting blows. This is another one which I want to give her, since this will cause much more attacks to interrupt the enemy. Very useful against casters, since they rely heavily on not being interrupted in order to cast their spells. Okay, this is the more universal spell. It works as well as with ranged weapons and melee weapons, so that's something that I want to upgrade right now. So let's pick this one and done.
Hey.
Okay. I believe Osric won't be too pleased about the situation. Let's see what he says. Let's see what he says. I gave the affidavit back to him. Well, I won't blackmail him. Farewell. Okay, farewell. And it looks like I need to go to someone else. Okay then. Let's go talk to the Crucible Knights then. Okay, but we are over the 30 minutes mark already, so I will end the episode here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked it. Please like, subscribe and comment my videos. Let me know how you feel about them. That will mean very much to me. And I hope to see you in the next episode. See you around.